neutral approach by teachers?
Matthew, I've got to say, it's this is a very difficult area to look at. Although one would say you need to discuss it, and you can look at issues of consent and how you deal with some of these issues. On the other hand, and you've got to look at what the other point that's happening at the moment. Could it lead to those students trying out some of those things? I think that we're having a problem with at the moment is the issue of sexting, where text messages are being sent with
these things
images
are already
on
in existence.
Sure.
What we're going to look at
but will that commonalise
with
it?
teachers perhaps having a negative view.
But that's why I would say it's got to be done in a balanced way.
Yeah.
I think it's sent in with sex education, relationship education. It's got to be in an age-appropriate manner.
Yeah.
But also, I think what the government has done is, with regards to relationship and sex education, say it's compulsory in primary and secondary.
Just so we're clear, because the point that we're trying to argue is that the Family Planning Association is essentially saying that teachers shouldn't go in and say pornography is bad.
Yes,
okay?
I agree.
Now, there are a lot of people that say pornography is bad. There are a lot of people that add other value judgments on to pornography.
Yeah.
They're saying teachers should go in and talk about pornography, perhaps how men are represented, how women are represented, how sex is represented, how love is represented, but it shouldn't be done in a judgmental way.
And I think the point I'm also trying to just want to make on that is this.
But would you agree with that?
Well, I would say, linked to that, is the point I want to make is
But would you agree that teachers should be neutral?
I would say teachers have to be neutral.
Right.
And I think linked to that, I would say also is that if parents do not want their children to take part in those classes, then they should be able to say, I don't want my child to take part in those classes, which is what's just gone through with legislation on sex and relationship education. If parents do not want their children to be in that class, the government have said they don't have to be there. And I think in these...
Even though the information that could be imparted by the teacher could be vital in protecting that child.
But I think it's a balance that's got to be drawn, and you've got to respect the wishes of the parents as well.
What have you got for us?
Well, Matthew, how do I follow that? No, I've got Mirror page 2, and just moving on from the story about animal welfare, we've got the title The Badger Bloodbath, and it's the news which is coming out that 33,000 badgers are to be slaughtered. Previously it was 14,000 in certain pilot areas, and the key point that's been made, the reason it's being done is to reduce the contamination of TB to cattle, and the counter-argument from those who say it's important for the farming community is to say, look, do you know what, the cost to the farming community, apart from the impact on the cattle, is about 100 million to our economy. So the government is saying a balancing act between vaccination and also culling at the same time.
Well, the scientists I read say that the trouble with culling is it has no impact whatsoever on the transfer of bovine TB, which would suggest that we're going out spending ludicrous amounts of money going after badgers. You actually make a bad situation worse.
To be honest with you, Matthew, on this one, you can see arguments from both sides.
Yeah.
And I think it's about making sure you get the right balance. And I think what we're trying to do is, I think George Eustace just says, the Minister, is look at vaccination to see if that can deal with it, rather than simply going down the route of, at a higher level of, the badger culling.
But we're now extending the areas as well to Cheshire, I believe, so it's not just a West Country issue anymore.
There were 21 pilot areas, but now I think it's being expanded further. But I think what they're saying with it is that we are having to do this along with vaccination rather than simply culling.